is that just a piece of paper? Because like you have like a lot of experience when it comes to relationship, good and bad, and everything. So would you say like that relationships could bring good information with somebody that are married? Because like all marriages is like a piece of paper based off of the situation.
Marriage is more than a piece of paper. Marriage is a covenant and it's an agreement. When you are just in a relationship, you're just dating somebody. You literally are just dating them. I don't care if it's 40 years y'all been together, y'all are just dating or whatever. And when your other person passes away and you're not married, you don't have that covenant, that piece of paper, all of their belongings is going to their next of kin. Whether their next of kin is their ex-wife that they never divorced, or their next of kin is their child that can't stand you, it doesn't matter. Like I'm trying to think of who. I think it was George Floyd when he was killed, and they won that big lawsuit. The girlfriend and baby mother should have gotten money, but she didn't because she ain't had that piece of paper. His ex-wife is the one who got all of it. She got everything. She had gave the kid something, but didn't give the kid too much. So I believe it's more than just a piece of paper. It's a covenant. It's an agreement. Like I agree to uphold a certain standard because we're together. You know, and I get people saying, "Oh, it's just a piece of paper." Because at one time I said that, and then I was like, you know what? I would like that piece of paper.
So if you were married to like your ex, would that change the way that person is?
No. However, it's binding. That's the thing about it. It's binding. You have to go through processes to get out of it. If I was to marry my ex, that would be the dumbest thing. And oh God, I thank you that I didn't. Oh God, I thank you. But a marriage that covenant is binding. It's an agreement. You can't just say, all right, I don't agree to the terms of the covenant no more. I want out. Like a relationship, you could do that.
I don't know if you can. Oh, hey y'all.
Like a relationship, you could just back out of it. Like, no, I don't like you no more. I'm out. But a marriage, you got work. It's an agreement.
Okay. So Deanna, we were talking about the difference between marriage and just a relationship. Because I was asking if you are just in relationships and you have experience being in relationships, can you tell somebody like how a relationship is if they're married?
Say that one more time.
All right, so say like somebody that have experience being in a relationship. Can they give advice to married couples?
Mm-hmm.
That's what the topic is.
Yeah.
What's up?
I mean, I think so. I mean, anybody can give advice because like everybody have different experiences, and you give advice based off of what your experience is. And there's people that's been married for years that don't have any type of knowledge outside of their personal marriage. So if you got, if you're in a relationship and you're experiencing something that a married person didn't experience, then you can give advice, especially if the advice they need is to get out of that marriage.
Right. Yeah, I agree. But I also said that like marriage was a piece of paper, like it's a sign like situation basically. Would you agree to that, or would you agree that Nika said it was a covenant? It was like a more of an oath to. That's why she's saying that is a totally different thing.
Well, it's really how you look at it. Sometimes marriage is just a piece of paper so that if you die, I get money or I get, assets or something, or a piece of paper to prove that I'm the only one, or it's a piece of paper, so that you can put me on your insurance or, whatever. But that's not what it's supposed to be. I mean, that's what I guess society made it. but it's supposed to be a covenant. When you get married to somebody, it's supposed to be more than a piece of paper. It's supposed to be more than, hey, this is just proof that I'm not going to cheat on you, or I'm not cheating on you, or this is proof that you're my favorite girl, or whatever. But it's supposed to be a covenant between two people. But and unfortunately, I think more people look at it as a piece of paper in 2025 than look at it for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, because I say this, like, the reason why I say that it is just a piece of paper, because everything that happens in a relationship can happen in the marriage. You can get cheated on, you can get abused, you can get all this, you can fall out of love and everything. So everything that really matters in the relationship can happen whether you're married or not. Yeah, that's all I'm pretty much saying.
Yeah, it does happen, but a lot of the stuff shouldn't happen.
It shouldn't happen, period. Like,
even with because that's what when Deanna was talking, I was thinking about the fact where everything's free now. Back when marriage was a covenant and looked at as something holy or whatever, people was abstaining from sexual activity. Now they just going to have sex with that one. I like your shoes. They have sex with that one. I like your mustache. They have sex. And it's all over the place. Like, you got cartoon characters doing it. It's in our classrooms. I mean, like, it's all over. Like, it's, yeah.
Ooh, SpongeBob? Who's doing that?
They try to make SpongeBob and Patrick.
I see that, but they were together. They were just banging each other out. They wasn't messing with nobody else. I think SpongeBob was trying to cheat with Squidward, but that didn't happen.
I ain't seen none of them episodes.
I ain't seen those episodes.
Okay,
I know. There was some controversy with them trying to make SpongeBob broken wrist. So yeah, but like, because everything is free now, and people have this this idea that sex comes with no strings attached. Lie, because strings are attached with sexual activity, and even it's not. I'm not even talking about on a biblical standpoint, on a scientific standpoint, and biological standpoint. There are things that happen in your body when you cohabitate together, and then there's no strings attached. I'm gonna have this one night stand, and then you get your feelings hurt when they don't call you back. Like, I've been texting them all day. Yeah, but you did something. And that's why marriage used to be considered holy, because the bedroom used to be undefiled. But now everybody doing everything, and they recording it and putting it on channels.
Yeah. You know the name of them channels.
Pornhub. Corn.
Video. Cornhub. Yeah, I forgot. Cornhub.
Cornhub. Okay.
But when did that change then? When did marriage change from one to another?
I'm listen. I have this thing against the women empowerment movement, because that's what, in my opinion, it destroyed the Black home. It destroyed the feel of community, and it over-sexualized women, where they thought, well, I could just go and do this because I'm a woman, hear me roar. And it's like, but, and that's not the only thing, but I believe, like, in the 70s, during the women empowerment movement, that kind of destroyed American society.
Really?
That's how I feel, yeah.
Yeah.
So there, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
So during biblical terms, were they doing the same rituals and the same oaths like when they were married then too, compared to hundreds and hundreds of years afterwards? Or was it the cycle that like switched it up to how it is now?
In the Bible, they didn't have insurance policies. I can tell you that. If you die, it just goes to your eldest son. Your wife goes to the eldest son too. But
yeah.
in the Bible days, it was a completely different system, or where they didn't have an actual you have to go to the court and get a marriage license. they did a ceremony and then they cohabitated. They made whoopee or whatever, and there you go. Y'all married. Y'all together forever. You know, like that's kind of how they did it in the Bible days. And that's why the Bible says that would you become one with a harlot? Would you cohabitate with a prostitute or whatever? Because you become one with them. And the Bible tells us not to become one with a whole bunch of people or whatever. And that's why that's considered holy. And now that people are becoming one with a bunch of different people, it's just becoming a problem. So I would say in the Bible time, it was different. Now you fast forward to like the 1500s, where men were trying men and animals and stuff like that. The 1500s kind of was jacked up a little bit.
Well, weren't men trying men back in biblical terms too? That's why he had to wipe out the entire city.
Oh yeah, but we was dealing with a different God back then. I mean, it's the same God, but his wrath was a lot different.
And that's what I was gonna say. Like, yeah, they tried it, and then the city got wiped out. I think as the years, the decades, or whatever went on, we started getting numb to those things. Like, you know, like when you get away with it, like, okay, God didn't do nothing to me, or God didn't do nothing, you know, or nothing happened, or, you know, whatever. Because like even when you talk about harlots and stuff in the Bible, I mean, it's like, yeah, they talked about them, so yeah, they did exist. But a harlot in the Bible that was as rare as it was, that, you know, it was rare enough to get pointed out, like, okay, that's a harlot, this is how you treat, you know, whatever. But a harlot in the Bible don't got no more bodies on them than a regular church going girl in 2025. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just so normal. And that's not even like, you would think that you compare a harlot in the Bible to a hoe in 2025. No, like the harlots in the Bible got the same amount of bodies as good Christian women in 2025. In my opinion. But like what I'm saying is, y'all looking at me crazy. But what I'm saying is like we just got so numb to the things that was like just outlandish, you know, back then, as the time, you know, as the years go on.
But do you think that's a good thing though? Like, as in, like, we just, do you think that's a good thing that we're like,
wait, what happened?
Not gonna, can you hear me? You get me?
Okay, I hear you now.
Oh.
I think maybe.
Do you think that's like a good thing that we're so-called evolving or changing up? Because back in the day, like certain stuff that was going on back in the day, we can't survive today.
Reason why I don't think it's a good thing is because you see how the home is broken. Like the home is, I mean, like it's ridiculous now where 12-year-olds is too young to pick up their children from school. You know, like it's like crazy. It's crazy. And even with the harlot thing, like nowadays prostitution, tricking is the norm. And they have people promoting it on social media. Like, if he ain't got a bag, if he ain't giving you a bag, don't give him your number. So to give a guy your number, he got to give you money? Like, that for me, that's stupid. Like, no. And I dare Buddy to ever give a female money for her number. Because, like, because I take it personal. Now, like, they call me a pick-me. I'm okay with being called a pick-me or whatever, because right is right. That's tricking. That's tricking. Like, oh, I don't talk to you unless you buy my shoes or you buy me this. That's tricking. You know, and this is acceptable now. You know, people look at it like, oh, well, that's how women are, and that's not true. Honorable women are not like that.
So what would you consider an honorable woman?
A woman that upholds the standard. Like, my thing is, I look at people as humans. For instance, y'all know I'm single or whatever. I feel bad wasting somebody's time. If I know I don't like them, I'm not going to waste their time. You know, I don't care if they say, hey, I could take you out to dinner. I don't care if I'm hungry. I don't want him to spend his money knowing that I'm not going to call him after the date. You know, I mean, that sounds crazy, but I honor the person and I respect their time. That I don't want them to think that there's something when there's nothing. You know, so I think an honorable woman is a woman that upholds the standard and treat people like humans.
So how you feel about that, Deanna?
Maybe she
I
froze.
think she's froze.
I think she's frozen. But she moving.
She's moving, yeah. But I'm not sure.
Can you hear D? Okay, I don't think she can hear.
Okay, well, I tell you. I'll tell you this though. Like I do agree, like I agree with what you're saying basically. But like today I teach women if they're gonna use you for sex, use it for money. I know it's the wrong. I'm a life coach. I'm a life coach myself now. But like I understand men, because I have conversations with men all the time. They talk about y'all disrespectfully. Like they say certain stuff like, oh, like person got a fat butt and all this. My bad, 1 second. So I do agree with you when it comes to like upholding the standard and understanding like your role and understanding like how to treat other people like humans and all that. But these days, men are not treating y'all like humans either. So it's gonna come to a point where if y'all gonna have to use it for money because they're using y'all for sex, it is what it is now. And I know it sounds weird, but I do teach people that if you're gonna get used, use them.
And see, I understand that concept because my thing is, if you're tricking, you're tricking. You know, if you're gonna do it, get paid. You know, like matter of fact, you might as well just go ahead and do it on video and get $2,000 or $3,000. I mean, you might as well because you doing it for $40.
Too much, Nika. You always go too far.
But no, but it's the truth though.
I was with you until you said that.
But mind you,
it's the truth though. You chicken.
I do kind of agree with what she was saying about like making it a video and then making money off of it because they're doing it for free.
Yep.
They're sending
They're
videos.
doing videos for free. Yep. They sure is.
Like, so it's gonna come to a point where if you are going to like expose yourself like that, try to figure out how to make money off of it because you know you're gonna be used at the end of the day.
Yeah. And the thing is, I believe that both parties where you are using each other, and it's not everybody. I like to say that all the time because a lot of times people say everybody. I know Deanna was saying that the average church girl got a lot of body. I was like, no, not all. Not all.
Nobody said all of them.
The average one.
The average.
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Now I get you because I have had conversation with women who want to be counseled. And, well, you know, I gotta try the cow before I get the milk.
Mm-hmm.
But you preached last week. How you gonna tell somebody? But they do.
Gotta try the cow to get the milk. You gotta try the milk to get the cow. Which one?
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
She want the beef before she get the milk. You know what I mean?
She want the meat, yeah.
She want the beef. Okay.
But
My bad.
are y'all okay with me bringing up